Are we on?
Mm-hmm. We are live. The button just
We are
said on
live.
air to live.
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and record this as well, since this is like the first time we're doing this. Okay, preparing to record. Can you see my screen or no?
I can see you, but that's it.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, welcome to this hangout. My name is Jose Garcia, and I have with me Maritza Velasco. Say hi, Maritza.
Hi. It feels weird when people use my full name.
I know. But for today's hangout, what we want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like interview Maritza, and she's gonna teach us about the law of attraction. There's a lot of stuff out there that we can research and stuff, but why not use one of our team members and see how it works for her. So we'll try to keep this short, but with us, well, with me, well, with us, you never know. We could go for a couple hours, but we're not going to today.
Not
Um,
today.
not today, since Maritza has class. Okay? So again, guys, we're going to talk about the law of attraction. Let's go ahead and get started. Maritza, if you could just go ahead and start off with maybe before you found out about the law of attraction, and then later, what happened to you in September. What was going on, and if you could go ahead and go in detail on how it worked for you, and then within these last couple of weeks, how it's been working for you, and how just like put in as much detail as you can so we can go ahead and learn from you, and like apply that to our lives. Okay?
Okay. Well, starters, I don't know. I've always had set goals of what I wanted and how I wanted to, a couple things when coming to college and stuff. And well, I found you, well, this whole Empower stuff because I was looking for a job and I was in the Peters building, education building, and there was posting that said, need a job, blah, blah, blah. Stuck it into my agenda and left it there for about 2 weeks. And then eventually I was like, I should email that person or whoever it was, and I did. And it shook my agenda really like crazy because I didn't know where I put it. I just literally shoved it in my agenda. And yeah, I emailed you and stuff like that. And then you started teaching me about the law of attraction. And yeah, in September, I don't know, I found a why. I found it why I want what I wanted and um, what it meant to me. And it was great because that month I got a job. Um, we had like family drama and stuff before then, and like it was going crazy. And finally in September it settled down and it was okay. And then most importantly, what I loved the most was that I got a car. It's something that I wanted for a long time since before I got to college, and I wanted my car, and I got it. And simply September was great. Life was great. It made me happy. I was doing things I wanted, and I don't know, it was just great. The I don't know what else can I add about September. It was just great. I mean, I had it before you
Well, I
did.
things about September. I remember, and it was a couple of Septembers ago, but like, I don't know, like, I was teaching you this stuff, and for me, like, I was still kind of not, I didn't figure it out completely by then, but then, like, from, like, when we hung out and stuff, you were always, like, super happy. You were always super, like, enthusiastic, and you were like, I don't know how to explain it, you just have to, I don't know, like, you didn't know how to explain it.
And
But
I
the
still
thing was,
don't.
and yeah, but you're gonna do your best to teach us today, right?
I
But
guess.
like, no, that's just something that I noticed with you was like you said it was something within, right? You said like I think now from like studying so much about this subject, like we know that you connected with like the universe and stuff, and you line things up in order for you to feel that way, right? I listened to a lot of like Abraham Hicks, which she talks about the law of attraction. That's all she
Oh,
talks about. She
okay.
talks about like, your vortex, right? So I think that's what you did in September is you aligned your vortex with your inner desire, and you said you had a why. That's what kind of made you feel super happy, you know.
Well, to be honest, back in September, I wasn't listening to any audios. I hadn't read anything. I was only going based off what you told me. Yeah, maybe a couple like little things here and there, but nothing like to like actually say, "Oh, I read this, I listened to this." No, nothing like that. It was just like you told me, like find a why, find your motivation, find your true passion. And I guess I did, or I said a why and what it was. And then every time I thought about it, it made me happy. It made me like nothing else in the world basically mattered except as long as I pushed myself to get that why, it was good. And then, um, eventually I started getting other stuff. I kind of drifted off what I wanted, what the why should have been, and now it isn't. But it got me basically what I wanted, and it made me feel good. Like with inside, it's just I would think about it, and there was no reason for me not to be happy when or smile within. Like you would tell me what is it, and then I would think about it when you're telling me. That's what made me happy, and then that's what you'd be like, oh, you're always like that. You never tell me, and it's because I was thinking about it. But
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Like you said, it was just you just seemed happy and like you were just like, I'm just so happy. So
yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing, and it's like when we focus on negative things, on things that are not helping us. I know sometimes it's hard for us to, deviate from that,
hmm
but in order for us to get the law of attraction working in our favor, because the law of attraction, it's working whether we realize it or not.
and it is.
Whether
That is what I connected this week. Sorry to interrupt you,
no, no, it's
but
fine. Jot
it
that
is
down. Take a little note and teach us what you discovered this week.
because. Go ahead. I'm
Okay.
gonna.
Yeah. Just write it down so you don't forget.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, it's just like the law of gravity. They use this example, videos, audios, and all this, the books and stuff. They use it. The law of attraction is compared to like gravity, right? Whether you believe in the law of attraction or not, it's working for you. Okay. So if you say, if you're just thinking about negative things, if you're just focusing on problems and you're just like, oh, I don't have any money, I don't have any money, I'm struggling financially, this, guess what the universe is going to give you more of?
The
That.
same thing.
The same thing. I don't have enough money. Okay, you know what? There. You're going to get another bill. You're going to lose a couple hours from work. Why? Because you don't have enough money, right? I mean, it's not like, I don't know, it's just sometimes it's hard for people to believe that, but it's true. On the other hand, like if you look at like really like successful people like Donald Trump, that's a good example that I'm aware of, is like sometimes when I listen to his interviews and stuff, the way he talks, some people say he's arrogant, right? But I don't look at it like that. When he speaks, he's like, you know what? This is gonna be the best building in New York City. This is gonna be the best hotel, whatever. This is gonna be the best. This is gonna be great. So that's why he has everything he has, because he speaks it into existence, right? He doesn't say, well, I hope this thing works. I hope this building's nice. I hope it's not like that, right? So again, when we are working with the law of attraction, and when you start making it work for yourself, remember what you focus on, and when you feel good about that, then you're gonna start to see the results. You have anything else to add, kind of?
Um, well, I don't know, because I see the law of attraction in a different point of view than you do. So,
Can you tell us your point of view?
well, yeah, I agree with the whole, like, the more you think about bad stuff, the more you attract, and the more it's like it gets you. But the whole, how, how do I explain it without being mean at a point? Um, I don't know.
Explain
I
it
don't
your way.
exactly, but it's just sometimes like I don't want to sound mean to some people. Um, but well, this week, I don't know. It wasn't an easy week, but it wasn't like difficult, and I didn't think about it as difficult because I know I've had worse. Um, but at the same time, I keep in mind I mean, to a certain extent, my what I have to do and like my problems, I guess, because they keep pushing me to push forward to move on. Like, yes, this part of what I'm doing sucks or whatever, but it's just a period in time because eventually I will get over it and eventually I will move on to bigger and greater things. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And this week I saw so many people like post on Facebook where things weren't working out for them, where um but and I also saw where things like different, I guess, different moods and stuff. But one that I really paid attention to was where they were wanting to do something and it was just not working and it wasn't. And I was like, okay, well, have you done this? Have you fixed this? And it's like, no, you haven't. And you've told me one thing that reminded me was when you told me um, your subconscious mind, when you're asleep, it's like working still, like you're still dreaming, and you're, part of you still functioning, you can say, and it's still attracting things you want or things you don't want. And I thought about it, and then I'm like, deep inside you, you know what is wrong, what things you're doing, whether you're like giving bad advice out to people, basically harming other people around you, and you know they truly care, and you still let them do like mislead them, like I said, whether it's bad advice, like you're in a relationship or whatever, and you know they care, yet you're doing something else behind their back, um, anything bad towards another person. So within yourself, you know that you're harming another person. So it's like you can say in a way karma. It'll get you back. It might not be the same thing, but it's something you care about and something that's gonna affect you, and it's not gonna let you get like your stuff working with the law of attraction. You know what I mean? It's because this was a conversation between me and my roommates, and like we
Yeah.
started connecting little stuff, and like I kind of like talk about it with them, and they're like, I guess, into it a little bit now. But yeah, the more you think, like it's just to me that what connected was the fact that if you're harming another person, how do you expect for things to work? Like the inside of you is feeling bad and it doesn't feel good. So
Mhm.
that's one thing I've changed about me. Like, yeah, I can do other things to help people, but that one thing that I do to harm a person is gonna come back at me and it's not gonna let me do what I need to do.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool how you brought up, like karma. Like we've heard that ever since I can remember. Everybody talks about karma, right? And now the way like you explain it, it's kind of clicking and it's making sense how, yeah, what you put out comes back to you. But many of the times, I think for me in the past, I didn't know exactly how it worked. But now what you're saying, it's kind of like, you know what, is that inner, because deep inside, you know what you're doing, right?
Mhm.
Deep inside, you know if you're trying to take advantage of someone. And when you do that, things do not work out for you at all,
Mhm.
right? I've seen that, like, it's just, I don't know, like, see, I can give you guys an example of one of this one guy from Mexico, right? I'm from Mexico and stuff, and when I go over there, there's this person who, like, he's always trying to find a way to get more money, trying to find a way to take advantage of people, and he doesn't do it like just bluntly, but like you can see it in his emotions when he speaks. Everything is protecting me, and taking advantage of other people. Now, what happens is things just start to go wrong for that person. Because like I said, this person bought a like a quad, like a motorcycle. Probably like 2 weeks after this person bought that quad, it broke down. Right, the transmission went bad. And I was like, okay. And then my dad told me the story that, like this person's like that. It's always very like, and like a couple weeks later, his truck broke down. And then just bad things just kept on happening to this person. And then when I was talking with my dad about this, I was like, you know what? This is why it's happening. Because he has that negative vibe that negative intention to take advantage of other people, or he believes that other people are going to take advantage of him, and then what happens? Other people don't even look at him like that. But karma or the universe is going to be like, you know what? Just because of that, you're going to get this. Just because of that, your quad's going to break down. Because of that, your truck is going to break down. Just because, and then things just start to go bad, right? So it's like it's crazy how it works, but like yeah, like when I have like the right intention, people just feel it. Like people just feel it when you have the right intention. Um, so that's something that we need to be aware of, right? And the more good things that we do for other people, or the good intentions that we have, that's gonna come back to us. And when we deviate for like negativity, then the same thing happens, right? Am I making sense as well? Kind
Yeah,
of.
but it's it's something different of what I was referring to, but yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I hope they gain value from my
No,
perspective
yeah.
and that
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
mine
stuff.
was just like you know that you're doing it, and like other people see you as good, like you have good intentions, they see it as a good intentions, but to you inside you, you kind of know like no, it's only for my benefit, or I'm doing this for, how do I explain it, it's like people around
Yeah,
it
only for
don't.
yourself. You're just looking for the best interest of yourself,
Yeah,
right?
but other people see it like, oh no, this person's doing good, this and that, but inside you there's a little, like, I guess something like dark that, like, everybody has it, but it's whether you express it or not and let it get to you, kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
lately, like, since we came from Vegas, like, I don't know, it's been good. Even though, like, yeah, there's some days that are like, why? But they're good. Like, I had, yeah, I told you about that coworker. Um, well, he quit because he found a better job and stuff. But the way he expressed himself about his family and how he's only 19 and he has two kids. Well, one is his wife's son, and then his daughter's coming in the way. But the way he expresses himself and the way he has ambition, it's like you're gonna go far. Like you might not have, you can say, the education as society looks at it, but you're gonna get somewhere far with or without that education because of your goals and because of your reason. Because you, without knowing it, with he doesn't even know stuff about the law of attraction. He just knows he wants his family to be together. He already has a set why. He has a goal, and he's gonna get there eventually. And I told him, I was like, you know what? And anytime you need anything, let me know, hit me up, call me, text me, whatever, and I'll be there to help you. And he's like, you know what? The same thing goes for you. Like, I got your back. Like, we've known each other for like 2 months maybe, but I got your back in anything. And it's like, I attract those kind of people. And now that I look at it, and I'm like, oh, I love it. Even that lady with, I even told you, who like randomly, I was at work, she looks at me, she's like, Mija, you have a good heart. And I was like, excuse me? Like, she's like, tienes un buen corazón, ¿sabes? De mí, te ganaste un free haircut. Like, she gave me a free haircut without even knowing me. I didn't even talk to her. I wasn't even helping her. But the moment she stepped up, she was like, you have a good heart. She was like, I haven't seen a good person like that. And she loves me. I go back every so often to cut my hair. And she's like, Mija, you're like so responsible, this and that. And I'm like, I told her a couple things about me, but she just loves me. I don't know why she does since the moment she saw me. But
Yeah, well, that's really cool how you say that you attract the right people. Like that's awesome. Like how that works. Like for me, like in the morning, I'm always like, you know what? I'm gonna be happy today. I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be enthusiastic. And when I go to work, those are the people that I talk to. Like when like I work at a hospital, and like throughout, I deal with a lot of people, nurses, other coworkers, and even patients, and everybody's like super happy. Like the people that I come across, I'm just like, hey, good morning, and hey, good morning, and sometimes we even have like little conversations without even knowing that person. But why does that happen? Is because like the type of person that you are inside, that's the type of people that you attract, right? And like for you with the lady with the haircut, I'm sure she's a great lady, and that's
she
how you guys
is.
bonded. That's how you guys connected, right? That's how you guys connected because you guys both have that. Like we going back to like the law of attraction stuff, it's like you guys both have that alignment with each other, right? And it happens with all of us. For me, it's like people who are positive or who are happy, who are just smiling all the time. Like I like that, and I love being like that because I know the more I'm like that, the more I attract those type of people, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so many more things I want to say, but it's just because I know it's being recorded and it doesn't make sense at one point, but then once I explain it in myself, it kind of does.
Don't be shy. Let it out.
um, how do you use well, I don't
So
know,
yeah,
it's
you
just,
you have like examples and stuff of things because I like I hope that people are kind of getting like ideas of how. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can give ideas to people on how they can make it work for themselves. We kind of explained how it's been working for us, but how do we get there, right? How did you get there?
well, I got
Um,
there with
let's
the
go ahead and talk
teachings too.
about that and maybe give some ideas to people how they can apply this because we told them like it works. So now I think that's another good topic that we could bring up is how. How can we make this work from
Well,
your
to
perspective?
me, it doesn't, there's no right how, there, but there's a right why. The right why is like, why do you like focus on one thing? One, like they say, your heart's desire, the deep, like if you make it seem like if you were Aladdin rubbing the lamp or whatever, and instead of getting three, you only got one wish. And that was your heart's true desire. What is it? What is that? And once you set that desire, focus on that. It has to make you happy. You have to be able to use all your five senses and picture yourself when you have it and that emotion. Focus on that emotion. Well, that's how I did it. And you're set. Well, to my point, you're set because that's how I made it work. And that's how now I'm going to make it work. Well, making it work to attract stuff that I not necessarily want for myself, but to help other people because that's my whole intention to help other people that not just my family, but others around me that have helped me. My point is always kind of thing like you help me, and I will eventually, I might not be able to help you right now, but eventually I will do my best to help you when you need it or help others and give back to others because somebody helped me and I know what it was like to be in that situation and to help them. You get what I mean?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing that you're saying is finding a why,
Yeah.
right? Like finding a why. Um, And then when you find the right why, it's gonna connect with you. Is that kind of what you mean? Like
Mhm.
you're just happy, or you?
Well, yeah, when you set the right why, you're just happy. You feel like you don't need anything else. And the little things that you do want slowly come by themselves. Because the main purpose is to get to that why. You don't know how you're going to do it or what's going to come with it, but your goal is to get it. Somewhere, somehow, you're going to get it. And when you picture yourself with it, it makes you happy and it helps you attract other things, the minor things, the little things, you can say.
Yeah. So I think some whys, I'm not sure. It would probably be for like most people that are watching this. They're probably gonna be like their family, right? Their kids. I think that's one of the biggest whys that people have is they want to spend more time with their kids. So I think when they think about that, and that makes them happy, that's probably going to drive them to, do stuff differently in order for them to be able to spend more time with their kids. Like for me, I don't have any kids yet, but I think my why, or I know my why, is to help other people, right? I really like helping people from like all over the world, and I love hearing from people like telling me like, you know what you told me helped me. That one tip that I got from you, I liked it. Or like this one guy from one of my videos, he's like, man, I love your videos, and I was like, oh, cool, thank you. I was like, check this one out. And it was like that video I think you saw, it was like Never Give Up or something like that. And I sent it to him, and he's like, yeah, man, I saw that one too, and I loved it. And I was like, awesome, so it works, right? So I think it's just being, for me, my why is just being able to help other people. And it's not just like my family. I know that eventually, maybe some of my friends are going to be watching this in a couple of years or whatnot, but I want to help my friends as well because they're all back home. They had jobs, they have kids, but they're kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know, like I would want to help them. I'd be like, you know what, man, there's a better way out there working, than just working, a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, out in the fields, out wherever you're working at. I know there's a better way, and I know that my intention is like, I want to make this work, and I'm going to make this work, and then I can teach other people. I think once you have it, it's just so easy to walk people through the steps without them going through all of the struggles. I mean, we're all gonna have our struggles, but I don't know. To me, that's just what drives me. It's just being able to help other people.
Yeah. Well, your drive, you need a drive, you need a push, you need a motivation. But it has to be big enough where if everything else falls, that why stays still there and still motivates you to keep going.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you bring up. Because like for the last like 2 years, I've been talking about my 2014 Chevy Silverado.
Yes.
Right? It's That's just my baby right there, man. I love that truck, and I know I'm gonna have it one day. But I think for me, it wasn't a big enough why that drive me. Like it's just something material, right? And I think that for me, it's gonna be amazing once I have it. But I needed to find a bigger why. And I know, like now, like at the beginning, or when I really wanted to find a why, I started praying. I'm big on, I believe in God and I believe in the law of attraction, which to me it's all connected, right? But it's like I started praying and I'm like, God, please help me. Like I know I want to do good in this world. Like use me as like a person who serves other people. I don't know how, but if I can, like just give me ideas or give me signs of, do this to help that person, do that to help that person. And once I started praying and asking God for my why, my true why, it came to me, right? Sometimes maybe you don't have a why. Maybe you don't have a why right now, but just ask. If you don't believe in God, then that's fine. Just ask yourself, you know what? I need a why. I need a why. How can I get a why? What's my why? What's my why? And if you do that for, I don't know how long it'll take you, but if you keep doing that, eventually it's just going to click on you and you're just going to be like, you know what? That's it. Bam. And you can go for it, right? So, like I said, that could be another tip that hopefully it works for a lot of you guys. If you guys don't have a why, maybe go ahead and pray for it, ask for it, and it's going to come. Yes?
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, that's what I did in Vegas. Like, I was just sitting there. I know I was supposed to listen to the speakers and stuff, but to a point, I'm like, this is not gonna help me. They can tell me, lecture me, and everything, but if I don't have a motivation to do what I'm gonna be doing, then there's no reason to be doing it. Like, I'm not gonna get anything to work for me. And so I sat there and I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and basically like made my head hurt so much of thinking about it that I'm like, you know what? I'm done. This is gonna be it. No matter how much it takes me, no matter who it disappoints, no matter what happens, this is what I want and this is what I'm gonna get eventually. And then your picture came out and I was like, it's right.
Yeah, like when we came out, you were just weird. I was like, oh man, what the heck happened? But I think like deep inside, I was like, you know what? I think like it just happened. Like she figured it out, and then you're just like, I don't know what you told me, but you said something like, oh, I know what my why is, or I got it, or something like that.
Hmm.
And like it was just really cool. I'm like, you know what? Yes. Like I told you before, like I don't know why. Like we met 2 years ago or something, but I don't know, like we attracted each other. You can say my paper, my flyer at school, all
And
these
I saw
weird.
it twice too.
I know, and all these weird things that happen in order for us to connect. And that's why I've always told you like I know you're gonna do great things. I know you can do it. Why? Because I just believe that. And now it's just like you know what, you can do it, and you're just gonna do it and make it happen. So that's just, I don't know, it's just something awesome. Like once you start getting the law of attraction to work, like it's great. you know. So, anything else you want to share? Do you have class at 9?
Uh, like 9:15.
What is that supposed to mean? 9:15.
Well, I'm supposed to
It
leave
actually
at
starts at
9:15.
9:15? Because I remember like we had class like at by the hour.
Oh, it changed because now I have a 5-hour class tonight, or 4 hours, and it starts at 5.
Oh, that
It's
sucks.
marketing 100S.
All right.
Oh yeah, eventually, I mean, I'm getting an accounting degree, something you guys eventually will know. I'm getting an accounting degree, and honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. But I will get it because it's a set goal that I set for myself way before anything of the law of attraction. I set a goal that I'm gonna go to college, get my degree, and then by the time I was 40, have certain things that I wanted. But now, because I have some other things happening on, those goals are gonna shorten down to like by the time I'm 30. Because it's going to take some time. I'm not going to lie to myself and be like, oh, it's going to happen overnight and I'm going to achieve it overnight. It's going to take some time. But the law of attraction is instant. It takes some time. And I also take in consideration of be careful what you wish for. I mean, not saying it in a bad way, but sometimes there's things where you set yourself that you really want and they might not be the best for you. But just because they're not the best for you doesn't mean I I don't know how to explain it, but they're not the best for you, but they will motivate you to keep going. I guess you can say in a way. I know that's a contradiction, but just be careful what you wish for to a point. Be careful not to be
So
greedy. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, yeah, and like you brought it up earlier. It's just the whole greedy stuff. Like it, honestly, it doesn't work. Because again, if you have that type of intention deep inside, and you know it, right? You can't lie to
Hmm.
yourself, right? If you have that type of intention deep inside, and your best intention is not really to help other people, it's not gonna work for you, right? And it's not gonna be like things are just gonna start to not fall apart, but it's until you start doing good when good things are just gonna start to happen. Yeah. Well, that's good though. Yeah. Great tips. So, what else do we got? Anything else that we have to talk about the law of attraction?
I don't know. I just feel like what I figured out this like week, I haven't explained it right. It's kind of like getting to me because I told you, I was back home and I wanted to make a video, but I didn't know how to explain it, and I still don't know how to explain it. It's just I connected it for
Well, why
some
don't
weird
you like
reason.
give us glimpse of it, and then we'll see if we can figure it out.
It's
Like, because I know like for like we don't need like full explanations. I think
it's
sometimes
just okay. There's this couple that I know. The girl, she's all into the guy or whatever you can say, and she doesn't trust him anymore. She doesn't like. I guess you can say she doesn't. She wants to be with him, but she doesn't trust him. And that's normal, typical relationship stuff. They're
right.
together, they're not together, they break up, they don't break up. And I see their posts about each other, you can say, on Facebook, because nowadays relationships are all over Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And he's supposedly trying to do good, he's trying to help, he's trying to do good stuff in people's lives. And I mean, he's a nice guy and all, I'm not gonna lie. And about her, I mean, well, I mean, it's a girl's point of view, and I don't know what she thinks sometimes. Girls are confusing. Um, and he just, I guess you can say, and to a point, shows that he cares, but to a point, it's like you do things to like have her not trust you, and then he wonders why. And then he's like, trying to help other people. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And he's still going to school and stuff, so he doesn't have a lot of time. But it's like I can't explain the relationship. It's kind of weird, but
But
he
like,
just doesn't.
what do you mean? Like, you made it click this week? Like, what?
Because I saw
How
it, and
fast?
then he's
How,
okay. He
how
had a
did?
he
How
had
did
a
that?
difficulty with one of the systems he works with because he's a like science IS IS major, information systems major, and he couldn't get it to work. And then he believes in the law of attraction too and stuff. And I'm like, well, deep inside you, you know you're doing wrong to your girlfriend and stuff, and you want things to work for you, but you're doing things to hurt another person. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you do like good things for other people, you help out other people, but in your personal life you don't see that you're harming like that girl, you're harming her and she's hurting. And how can you expect things to work out for you if you're hurting another person? No matter how many other people you help, it's not like, okay, I help this person, but it's okay if I hurt this person. You get what I mean? In that
Yeah.
perspective. And it's like, no, like if you don't want to be with that person anymore, like in the relationship wise, then don't be. Let them go. Let them be at peace with themselves. And you'll see to a point. It'll get fixed. Like, you can't. It's weird. I can't explain
No,
it.
it's making sense though. It is making sense. Now, how like did he admit to it, and then the system worked, or what happened?
I think it worked. I don't remember. I haven't got back to him. But
Uh,
it's like, you know, deep inside you, that's what I'm referring to. You're hurting somebody. You, like, your conscience knows it. Like, you might not keep it in mind. You might not actually even acknowledge that you're hurting another person, but you're still doing it. And your conscience knows it, and it makes it feel bad. And you're attracting bad stuff towards you because deep inside you, a little part of you knows that it's doing it and it's not
yeah.
going to fix until you fix it on yourself. Like you acknowledge what you're doing wrong.
Okay. So I think like the story could kind of relate to the story that I kind of brought up earlier about, the guy in Mexico, right? He always
Mm-hmm.
has those like intentions of not, like I said, it's kind of like taking advantage of people and like kind of just protecting his money and just trying to rip people off in a way. And then what happens? And
Well,
bad
yeah, but
starts
he
to happen.
willingly knows it. Like he knows it. It's not a secret. But to him, it's like he doesn't really accept the fact or he doesn't acknowledge the fact until you kind of point it out. And then he feels guilty, but for that second, and then he'll change and do it again. Well, what I've seen from the relationship.
Uh, so it's kind of just doing the right thing and kind of.
Like always try to do, my thing is like always try to do the right thing, even if it like you don't want to in a way.
That's a
Yeah.
great title that I'm gonna steal from you.
What do you mean?
Do the right thing. That's a great title.
Well, it's not like I'm the one that invented it, but okay.
Yeah, well, I like that. That's gonna be my video for today. That's gonna be my blog.
Okay, no, well, no, I mean, I'm not focusing on that. It's just I'm trying to explain it because I honestly wanted to post this on Facebook and like be like, do the right thing. Like, don't lie to yourself. Don't be like, don't try to cover up stuff. And like, even because your subconscious mind knows it and it feels bad to the point, but you if it doesn't, it's not gonna work out. Stuff isn't gonna work, and it's how like I
Yeah,
wanna.
so it's just like the power of like your subconscious mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
so much bigger than your conscious mind. Our mentor, David Wood, and many of the times I've heard him tell this story of like the horse and the rider, right? And I'll give like a quick. I don't know it like exactly how he says it, but he says,
Mm-hmm.
if you're on top of a horse, and you're driving or you're driving, you're going along somewhere.
You're riding the horse.
You're riding a horse, my bad. We all get mixed up. But anyways, so you're riding the horse, and then the horse is thirsty, and there's like a lake or something. It doesn't matter how hard you try to contain that horse and keep going in the direction that you're going. That horse is still gonna go to get water, right? So I think
Mm-hmm.
like from that little comparison, like our conscious mind is our rider, right? That's us. Why? Because we know what we're feeding into it. But the horse is our subconscious mind, which is way more powerful way more, it has way more control over what we do, right? So that horse is going to go drink water whether you want it to go or not. So it's the same thing with you, like what you're saying is if your horse or if your subconscious mind is feeding on bad information or it has the bad intention, it doesn't matter if you're trying to do the right thing because deep inside, the most powerful thing that we have, which is our subconscious mind or the horse, you can say, it's gonna do the wrong. It's not gonna work out, right? Does that kind of make
Mm.
sense?
Yes, that's kind of what I'm trying to refer to. Well, the subconscious mind part where that's the.
Yeah. So yeah, just like the subconscious mind is just way more powerful than
Mm.
than we actually realize
Yeah,
it.
because of what I've
Like a
heard
big
of like videos and audios and books and stuff, the couple ones that I've read and stuff, like that's what it mainly talks about. Like if yeah, your thoughts are part of it, but your
yeah
subconscious mind is the bigger portion of it. And if that's not
yeah
stable, that's not you're not feeling it, that it's good and it's happy and it's trying to do the best for other people, it's not gonna work.
yeah yeah. Like that's the biggest thing that I've learned, like from audios and like I said, listening to Abraham Hicks and stuff. And she talks about she doesn't really talk about the subconscious mind, but she does refer to like your feelings. Right? Everything has to do with your feelings. You have to feel good. You have to feel happy, and you have to have the right intention. So I think when you're able to, like, I think for me, like your subconscious mind and your feelings are the most powerful thing that you have to protect, and you have to be able to, use those two things in a good way. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. Those
Yeah.
are the
The way
two
you
most
say it, I feel
powerful.
like those two have to unite and be connected with one.
Bam, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like your subconscious mind, right? But like your emotions and your feelings and your intentions are just as important as your subconscious mind. So I think those two things are just super, super powerful. And what do we focus on is your conscious mind. But I think from your conscious mind, that's kind of what drives or what goes into your subconscious mind and your emotions. So we have to be aware of the conscious mind and what we tell ourselves.
Yeah,
Right? If
because
we
your
tell,
subconscious mind to a point feeds your emotions, and your emotions, the greater emotions you have, the happier you are, truly happy and like helping people,
yeah.
then your subconscious mind will be good with itself and attract good things, which is
So do you think it's a good analogy you can say of like how do we feed our subconscious mind and our emotions? I think it has to be through our conscious mind, right? It has to do with the things that we repeat to ourselves throughout the day or the intentions that we have. But of course, we have to be aware of those intentions. So I think it's like from the conscious mind, it drives into the subconscious mind and the emotions.
you can say that.
Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Yeah, because like if like for example, like if we tell ourselves again, you're like, oh, I don't have any money, or I'm dumb, or I can't do this, or this is hard, or the biggest one is like, oh, I have bad luck. Oh man, I think if you say that, it's just like you're doomed. You can say.
Well, actually, I believe in the fact where, okay, let it out. You have a bad day, let it out, express it. Like, I mean, not like express it to the whole world where like you're screaming it out loud and
Yeah, yeah.
everybody finds out about it, but release that bad energy, get it over, move on. That's it. That's all you can do about it. Because what's the point of torturing yourself thinking about it and like suppressing, you can say, the feeling if it's still there? You need to let it go. That's
I think that was my
that's
breakthrough for the hangout. That was good. Yeah. If you have something bad, let it out. Go run or just find a way to let it out. Oh, and I froze. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. Okay, yeah, so just let it out and then you get over it. That was something good that you brought up. I like that. That was really, really good. Good job.
Thank you.
But, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what else we can talk about. This is all I don't know, like it's cool, it's fun. Um so if you have anything else that we can share, we've been going on for how long?
I
About
don't
an hour.
know. Um,
Yeah, I think it's like at 7:50ish and
I have
it's
no idea.
8. Yeah,
Um,
I think think we can go ahead and wrap it up. I don't know if you have anything else to share.
Just anything you do, my last thing is anything you do it with a clear conscience. Like, if you want it for it to truly work, do it with a clear conscience, and things will work out eventually. It's gonna take time because it's not like overnight stuff, but it'll work. And just have faith that it'll work, and it will. And just don't give up
Can
on it.
you give something that I kind of wanted to bring up is, can you give some examples on how you're talking about it'll take some time, right? Well, what things do we have to do in order for us to start making that shift? It's like,
To
what things can we do every single day? Because of course, if we're going straight like this, in order for us to reach to another point in our life, you can say, we have to slowly deviate and kind of turn what we do in order for us to, maybe it'll take 6 months or whatnot, but eventually we have to stop doing the same thing we're doing. What tips or advice would you give on being able to make that shift?
just to think about your why. That's honestly that's what I did. I have this around my neck that I would think about my why with. You can't see it, but it's a little scorpion that I got for my well, I had lost the original of what my grandparents had gave me, but this is the base of my foundation for my family, you can say. Because my grandparents are our foundation. That's where we keep stabilized. Anything breaks down in our family, my grandparents are there to fix it. And then the second part of it is what I got for my 18th birthday from my dad. And it's Jesus Christ on here. And it's, I don't know, it just represents, you can say, my faith. My faith in people, my faith in this world, my faith in God, just basically faith in anything I want to have. So this represents like what I want, my faith in people, my faith in everything, and my foundation, which is always going to be my family. So just I would hold it and remember what my why is and what I want, and not think about how I'm going to achieve it, but just keep in mind that it's what I want and it's eventually going to happen. Just on a daily basis, any moment where I feel like I'm going to break down, just hold it and think about it and move on.
That's awesome. Yeah, so for you, it's more like just thinking of your why and then like being happy about it, right? It's
Hmm.
kind of your foundation, you said. So that's great for anybody who's watching. Maybe get a why, or once you have your why, maybe have a symbol of it, right? Symbol. If you have a symbol, then that's really good because every time you think about that symbol, it's gonna remind you, kind of like Mari has the necklace and stuff. That's kind of like her symbol of why she keeps doing what she's doing. So that's a really good tip. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and start applying that as well. For me personally, what I did, it took me a little bit longer, but I don't know. Maybe it won't take you guys that long. For me, it's just like it was like reading and listening to audios every single day, especially audios. And then once I started doing that, eventually, like for me, I started shifting, right? Because I wasn't focusing on the negative stuff. I don't like watching TV. I don't like watching the news because all of that is just bad things, right? So I think that's another important thing is if you focus on the bad things, even if you don't think they're bad, but if you watch the news every single night, what is that going to do for you? All you're doing is just feeding your mind with junk. All you're feeding your mind is with, oh, there's this war, there's this bomb, there's this that happened, there's this, and all of that is bad, right? So I think, like I said, for me, I started feeding my mind with positivity, right? I went on YouTube, looked up Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, all of these motivational speakers, and then just feed your mind with that information. And then for me, like I said, that helped me was I slowly started deviating from that negative conscience. And then, like I said, I read books and stuff. But a cool little tip that I want to give you guys for books is when you read, don't just read to finish the book. Because I did that many times, right? I was just reading and reading and reading. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm done with another book. Great. No, not really, right? Because I didn't understand the concepts of it and I didn't really apply what was taught in the book. So for me, that was another breakthrough. Now, what I do is when I read a book, I read in segments of like 50 pages. Oh, sorry. So I read in segments of like 50 pages, and then I go back and read it, and then I do it like 2 or 3 times. Most of the time, it's like 3 times, and I read those 50 pages 3 times, and then what I've noticed is that now I'm like, you know what? I understand this section. I really, really understand it. For me, that's just how it worked. I don't know if you guys, if like I said, you guys can try that. But those are the two things that worked for me. But I think what Mari said was really, really good about having a symbol and being able to hold it. I don't know if you have like a necklace or a ring or something like that. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm done. I honestly, that's it. I think I kind of got through what I wanted to say with the whole inner part of you,
Yeah.
because it kind of was bugging me. I wanted to let it out, but I just didn't know how.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think we're done. Okay. I know you guys gained some value from this video. If you guys want to, go ahead and watch it a couple more times. Maybe take some notes. And the most important thing is, guys, go ahead and apply, the things that you connected with, so you can go ahead and start seeing results, right? And I'm not sure if you guys will be able to like post comments and stuff down below this video. Give us your advice. Connect with us on Facebook and stuff, or join the team if you haven't gotten started. But yeah, like I said, our intention is just to help you guys and give you guys some tips. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So, Maritza, any last words?
I don't know, just enjoy life. I don't know,
Live life and be happy.
yeah, be happy. Be happy
Yeah.
with good intentions.
Be happy, have good intentions, and have fun, right? And laugh and smile. And I think
Yeah.
that's about it, guys. So thank you guys very much for checking out this video or this hangout, and we'll see you guys on the next video. All right, guys?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
See you guys later.